for only 34 cents a day for 40 days. Interesting. Appreciate that, Ariel. Nedge says, the church I've been attending for the last 5 years recently had a women's conference called Girl on Fire. In efforts to promote the conference, the church commercials featured Alicia Keys' song for several months promoting the conference. The conference featured Christine Kane from Hillsong, among others. Coming up in March, the speaker will be the infamous Joyce Meyer. That's at trinitychurch.tv. The bigger problem is that I've invited so many people who have become members over the years. Any suggestions or counsel as to how I can help my friends to beware? I'll tell you to do this, Nedge. Get a bunch of copies of whatever videos you want and start handing them out at your church. Okay? Now, one of the things I will tell you is that you will not have to worry about whether or not you should keep going to this church. Because if you start handing out our videos at your church, they will ask you to leave. It's been done before. And Ned says, I'm actively looking for another church in Miami. Thank you for your online ministry. I came across one of your YouTube videos this time last year when my church started promoting the Circle Maker. I featured that in the Witchcraft in the Church video. I recognize the witchcraft, especially since they have Circle Maker prayer every Wednesday at noon. Within the last year, I've learned the meaning of term like word of faith, expository teaching, and grace opposed to work-based salvation. God has been so gracious to open my eyes to the truth of His Word. Please recommend any sound churches that you are aware of in Miami, Florida. There's been a long-time friend of ours. I've never met him, but he's just been one of those email buddies named Michael he lives in the Miami area, and he can't find one either. So, anyway, pray for you. Katie, I'm the one who wrote you concerning the Vatican owning the Crown of England. You answered my letter via email and said that I had provoked you to thought. I researched further and found there is an actual title for all the financing for the world, and it is called the Crown. The Vatican owns the World Center for Finance. I'll have to check up on that, Katie. Appreciate it. Let's see here. Going to run out of time in a minute, but Cheryl says, Pastor, I think she may be doing what the devil worshippers do and invoking something backwards with their name pronounced backwards. At one point, I thought I heard her say Rabbah, which is Abar, which is some Egyptian queen. You know, that's interesting. Somebody take a listen to that again and play it backwards. You remember backward masking, don't you? You played rock songs, and you had all these messages about Satan and stuff like that in there, and somebody played a country song backwards. And what it said was that the guy's wife came back and he got out of prison and all that good stuff. John, Pastor Mike, just wanted to thank God for keeping my wife and I safe and pulling us out of the charismatic Kundalini nonsense. Keep up the good work. High five. High five to that. Appreciate that. Luann says that there is an Incan goddess called Aska. And probably related to Ashtar. Appreciate that. John from Georgia says Ashkan means name of the third dynasty of Persian kings. That's interesting. They're talking about the principalities, the prince of Persia. Zaphnath Pa'amia. What does Rima mean, which is a Greek word? I don't know. Does it mean what God said or what God is saying? I don't know. The prophetic is what God is saying, and teaching is what God said. I don't know where you get that. As a teacher, you operate in what God said, but you attack those who speak what God is saying. Well, I'm telling you, Zaph, if they're not saying here, it's not from God, Zaph. And I don't know why you can't. Zaph is he is adversarial to me. And I've picked up on that. And I do not concur with the idea that people are receiving words now from God that all the church people now are supposed to listen to and operate in. That is a lie. It is a damnable lie. And Zaph, I encourage you to quit listening to all these prophets and then go read Isaiah. You want a prophet? Go read Isaiah. Go read Jeremiah. You'll get all the prophet you can handle. Go read John. Go read David. Go read the Psalms. You'll get all the prophet you can handle, bud. So I don't know what this Greek rhemas, I don't know what that is. But what I'm telling you, it is my job to proclaim what is in this book and only what is in this book. And if anybody else says anything, oh, I'm getting this from God, God said this, it's a bold-faced lie. And I know that I'm going to stand before God, give an account to that. But I've got His Word as my absolute guarantee. The written Word right here. He said, you attack those who speak what God is saying, which is not chapter and verse, but the Father's heart toward His people. Who are the true prophets today? The true prophets today are John the Baptist and Isaiah and Jeremiah and Ezekiel and Moses and David. Those are the true prophets today. I'm sorry you have a problem with that. Anyway, good to be with you today. Pray for Zaphnath Pa'aniah. Pray for him, all right? Pray for one another. Pray for me. God bless you. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.